Hello. Once again, feels like it's been forever. Oh, hi, Amelia. Just got back from a Christmas market. Oh, that sounds so nice. We have one downtown here, but I'm too lazy to get downtown to go there this year. Yes, it does sound fun. How is everybody? What are we reading? Hey, Marcella. Just stepping in the door from getting new tires. Okay, everybody's here just in time. And honestly, same. I've been actually this morning I've been reading Little Women, trying to finish it because I knew that I wanted to be finishing it in these sprints because I wanted to get back to Mistborn, which is going to be my next read. But I just wanted to like get within striking distance of the end so that I could actually finish it while we were here for these sprints. But then I got like close enough to where I was like, I think I could just finish it before the sprints. And so that's what I was trying to do. And now I have less than 10 pages left. And it's very annoying. I can choose between 80 to go to. Wow, that's awesome. We have like a local one too, which admittedly we also didn't go to. I was doing too many Christmassy things like this weekend that I just yesterday was the last day that it was open. I was like, oh, I don't feel like it. Oh my gosh, congrats. That's awesome. How are you liking it? Putting together your TBR spin pile. Yay. I can't decide if mine's going to look a little bit different than I had in the video, or because I do still have some books left. Actually, they're over here. I have a couple books left that were like high priority for this year that I don't think I'm going to get to because there's still 4 books on that list. Mistborn's one of them because that was a TBR spin book. So I think I'm going to focus on maybe just the TBR spin books. I have 2 left that I want to read, Mistborn and Crow Lake. And then the other 2 might end up going onto my TBR spin for next year. I haven't decided yet. Hello, I've been reading all morning and I'll be happy to read all afternoon too. Yes, awesome. I'm reading Frenchman's Creek by Daphne du Maurier. Loving it. Oh, I still haven't read anything by her. I've had Rebecca for so long now. Or I guess it's only been like a year, but we're getting close to me having owned that book for 2 years. So reading Hamnet, we'll finish it today maybe, and All About Love. Oh, I've read both of those actually. And I really liked All About Love, and I liked Hamnet as well. I just didn't like it as much as The Marriage Portrait. Also by, hopefully you can't hear Curtis. He's blowing his nose in the other room. I know that it picks it up on my camera when I'm recording, but I don't know if this mic picks it up. I just found your account in the past week from her kid videos. Yay! Looking forward to sprints. I'm reading Court of the Dead by Rick Riordan, maybe. Nice. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I feel like one of my recent Her Kid videos ended up getting to some new people, which was really exciting. Hi everyone, I'm reading some fantasy stories. They don't exist in English, so a bit vague, fair. But I should be reading The Wedding People. Is this a should be because you have it from the library, because it's a book club book, or because you just said that it was going to be your next book? Because I have quite a few of those should be readings that are just not happening. I'm reading A Family Matter, and I love the writing. Very quick read. We'll finish this morning for sure. Oh, great. We'll probably switch between them. Wedding People and the fantasy stories. That sounds good. I will join a yoga class at 18:30. I don't know what time that is, and I don't use we call it military time. It's a 24-hour clock. And I've been trying to get better at it because what do I have that uses that? When I play Coral Island, that's such a dumb reason to try to get better at telling time that way. But Coral Island is on a 24-hour clock. And so my friend and I, we've been playing together. We've been getting a lot better at it, at knowing like actually at the time meaning something in our brains rather than just like a number. Hello, we'll be reading Palaver, hopefully. I don't think I know that one. My house is too empty. I need more books. Absolutely. Yes. That's the honestly that's the benefit I can see to like actually buying a house is just purely to know that I can buy books without thinking I'm gonna have to move them again later. And theoretically having more space, but I don't know. It all depends on where we end up. I'm reading And Loving a Family Matter. Oh, nice. That's 2 people reading that, right? Quick read, but beautiful writing. I will finish it this morning for sure. Awesome. Hi, Keely. Glad you could make it. Good morning. I decided I'm going to do TBR Spin this year, so I was thinking about my list too. Yay! We already have more people that have signed up for the Storygraph Challenge than we have for the 2024. So that's very exciting. That was really cool to see. I kind of forgot that you could see how many people were signed up for a Storygraph Challenge. And then I was in there updating my Herkyed and how far I'd gotten in that. And then I saw it and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I'm hopefully finishing On Earth as It Is Beneath during the sprint. Awesome. Trying to decide if I want to keep reading The Odyssey or switch to an audiobook and keep working on my reading journal for 2026. Oh, I kind of want to make a reading journal. I used to be really into journaling, like long before my YouTube channel. Back when I lived in Indianapolis, and I remember because bullet journaling was like getting big, but only within like the subset of people that were like really into it. And I remember my coworkers seeing it and I'm pretty sure they thought I was crazy, like the amount of work that I'd put into these like layouts and everything, which I didn't really see them as work because it was like enjoyable. But the people that don't think that they would enjoy that, I think it seems a little weird too. But yeah, so I was really into it for like a couple of years, and now I kind of want to do it again. I don't know. The Wedding People is for book club. Yeah. It does seem like it's a book club book. But I haven't read it personally. I have a friend that read it actually, I think for a book club, and she really liked it. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't strike me as a book that I am like excited to read synopsis wise. And then it was really hyped. So then I was like, oh, maybe I will. And I just ended up not. New here. I signed up when you announced the TBR Spin 2026. I somehow saw it. Oh, yay. I'm glad you're here for it. Yeah, we have 1 week until the live show to do our first spin for that one, which is very exciting. Hello, I'm reading The Wicked King, really trying to finish the trilogy before the year ends. Yeah. Oh my gosh, my series right now. I say as I'm about to start a new series during these sprints. I'm invested, or I insisted on it, and now I'm the last one to finish. That does happen. Oh my gosh. I had everybody, what was that book? There was one book I chose for a book club, and everybody finished it and like liked it, and I didn't. And I was really annoyed about it. I was like, this was supposed to be my book. I suggested this. Okay, 6:30. Thank you very much. Hello from York, UK. I'm reading Wintering by Catherine May after a day of full baking. I feel like a lot of people here have liked Wintering. I've been seeing that one pop up a bunch recently. I desperately need to finish Tokyo Ever After. I started it in June and just never finished it. My currently readings are also a lot. I did fix some of them during the Herkyed Advent calendar. I don't think I finished any, or I don't think I fixed any in part 2, which isn't out yet. Actually, that's my next video to start editing, which is very exciting. But yeah, that list is extensive for me. But I'm like slowly every once in a while working on that. I'm reading Caledonia by Elspeth Barker, a Gothic novel set in Scotland. Love it so far. Ooh, I like the idea of the vibes that feels like it would bring. Gothic and Scotland seems really nice, especially this time of year. I'm a day behind on my Advent short story collection, so I'm reading that first. Oh, love that. I am tempted by things like that, and I'm kind of surprised that I haven't done one yet. And then I was thinking about reading Benjamin Stevenson's Christmas novel, Everybody This Christmas Has a Secret, I think it's called. So I've read the first 2 books in that series. That's technically like the third. I don't know if it's a novella or not, but it is definitely significantly shorter. And it's laid out like a advent calendar. Like there's 24 days to it. And now that made me really want to start it, but I had discovered that like 10 days in to the month. So now I don't know. I might still try to just like listen to it maybe, because I do have it on audio from the library now. My ebook is almost gone. But yeah, it's not a priority read, but it is a Christmas read. I always have a hardest time with Christmas reads because or any holiday reads, because I want to read them around the holidays. But then it's usually the time of year when I have a bunch of books that I was hoping to finish by the end of the year. And so I don't. Uh, but yeah, so that was really the intention behind finally doing Little Women this year, because every year I felt like I was saying I was going to read it during this time of year, and then I wouldn't because I had other books that were priority. And then this year it was like, you know what? I'm just going to add it to the priority list. I will be finishing some work, and then 2 weeks off works can start. Yay. Oh, I plan on doing a lot of holiday/winter themed reading. Oh, that'll be so nice. My feed is full of best books of the year, including yours. My brain is like, but there are still some days left and can't cope. Yeah, I used to always wait until January to do mine, and I would try to do it so quick, like into the new year, which was a lot. But then last year I decided that I would start just counting from like basically doing my year from December to November, so that I was still, there was never never a book that I'm not counting towards the possibility of like making it onto that list, which is really good because I do think I read a book in December that is going to be on my list next year. And it would be very disappointing if it wasn't, just because I made that video already, or I'd recorded that video already. But yeah, so that's the way I do it personally, just because you get like like last year, I got like way more views doing it that way than I ever did doing it the other way. And obviously like my channel grows throughout the year, so that's part of it. But it like reached a lot more people, which was a lot more exciting. And then also there's a lot of people that like to make the videos of like reading other people's favorite books. And then your books can't be a part of it unless it's out already. Ugh. It does annoy me a little bit too. I won't lie. But I'm buying into it, I guess. Do you give books as gifts at Christmas? I don't generally. I mean, within like my book club and stuff like that, we typically do holiday swaps, although we're not doing it this year. Or I don't think we are. No, there's no way we are. It's too close. it's too close to the holiday for that to be a thing. But yeah, I'm trying to think if I've ever done it outside of just like a holiday book swap type thing. And I don't think that I have. I do have just like friends that really like to read, that I just throughout the year will give them a book that I read and liked or something like that. But yeah, not really as Christmas gifts. My family doesn't really read at all. Like a little bit. My mom will do like audiobooks sometimes. But yeah, they're not big readers. So I've never like given books in that realm. Palaver is Brian Washington's new book. 63 people waiting after me at the library, so I must finish reading it. That's very nice of you to look at how many people are after you. The only time I think about that is when it's like, hey, did you finish this already? Because people are waiting. And then I'm like, oh yeah, return early. First I will do some laundry and record my Advent book unwrapping. Yay. And then I will be reading. Awesome. Morning, Nadeem. I book journal, but my layouts are all business. Check boxes, lists, and space for notes. Yeah, I feel like maybe if I were to do it, I would lean into just doing whatever I felt like in the moment, rather than like always doing a nice layout, because I think that's what burned me out on having like a journal before, or like it was a bullet journal, but like it had like the nice layouts. It wasn't specific to reading. I wasn't reading nearly as much then as I read now. Is it cheating if I don't have a set pile for TBR Spin and just use either my reading pile? It's usually around 15 books on rotation, and read and declutter list. That's 50 plus books. Yeah, I think that works. I honestly, that makes a lot of sense. So I would say go for it. Yeah, I really the only reason the 12 came about, well, really, actually, even a TBR Spin, I didn't start it. Jill from the Book Bully and I started it together, and she had kind of like the original thought and idea in mind. But I think that the whole goal or the ideal is just to read from your TBR and to get those books done. So it sounds like that's the exact goal of your lists that you have. So it works out really well. I just joined the Storygraph Challenge for TBR Spin. Really looking forward to it. Yay. Oh, I'm so glad to have so many new people doing TBR Spin this year. I already have my books picked out and backup books picked out too. Oh, nice. That's great. Yeah, that's this year. I think last year we had like several book swaps that we had to do. And this year we didn't get a book swap until, what was it? Everybody, do you remember? Was it November's spin? That was the first one we got a swap. And we were just begging for it at that point, which is because always in the past I was annoyed when I got a swap because I was like, no, I wanted to read these books. And then this past year I was like, okay, well, now I want one. I'm currently reading The Housemaid is Watching by Frida McFadden. I still have not read any Frida McFadden, but I do have just The Housemaid because I found it in a little library. She had like 3 books come out this year, right? That's crazy to me. I don't know how somebody does that, especially for like a thriller when, I don't know. This year is my first year participating in TBR Spin. I'm really excited. I have my stack ready to go on my bookshelf. Yay. I have several I could read as I'm in the middle of about 10. Yeah. Do we want to know? Do we want to know how many books I'm in the middle of? I mean, literally, I'm pretty sure anybody can look on Storygraph. Okay, so 2 I have marked as actually in the middle of, but I have 10 on pause. Oh, one of these is a DNF though. I need to DNF that. I just need to commit to that. Yeah. So I guess technically 11 if we say that I'm DNFing that one, which is better than it was because I was at 15, I think, for a bit there. Life hack for 24-hour time, which I used to translate to 12. If it's above 12, then subtract 12 and add PM to that. Oh, that's very smart. Why didn't I think of that? Literally, I do like, okay, 12, 13, 14, 15 to figure it out. Interesting. I'm doing the Once Upon a Book Club Advent. So I'm motivated by opening a gift with each story. Oh, cute. Oh, I'm going to have to look into that one. Oh, Klaus has joined us. Hello. Do you want to say hi? Klaus has been so snuggly with me lately. Curtis is his favorite, but he's been cute to me as well lately. It's still clear who his favorite is, but like I'll take what I can get. I'm currently reading Mornings in Janine by Susan Abalawa. I loved her other book, Against the Loveless World. Oh yeah, which I read 2 years ago. So far, Mornings in Janine, I don't know the pronunciation, is very good but very sad. Oof. I like the recently read, I think, 3 books in a row that each of them I cried during. And now I can't do it anymore. Orthodox Christmas is on the 7th of January, so you can extend the season a bit. And 12th day of Christmas is 19th this way. Interesting. Oh, okay. Oh, I like that. I would like to finish on the calculation of volume volume 4 today. Nice. That one, I feel like that one was, I kept seeing in my chat a lot not that long ago, and now I haven't seen it as much, which makes sense. It's probably like longer since it's been published. Slash the prize, right? Because that was on, was it Booker Prize International? Can't remember. Just happened to pick my books for this year this morning, going with oldest physical books on the TBR. Same strategy as me. That is exactly what I do. One year I'm going to have to do like the NetGalley books that I never read. I feel like that list is getting bigger. It's not too bad because I've been better about anything that I've requested recently. I've just like read right away. But there are some older ones on there that I should really get to. So maybe 1 year will be like my NetGalley year. I think it's so fun to see how these sprints have taken off. Yeah, this is so great. When compared to how many people there were in the chat in January compared to now. Yeah, it is crazy that like I've been doing reading sprints for a year now. I was so nervous too when I was going to do my first one because I'd done lives before, but they've always been with other people. And I was so nervous that there wouldn't be enough people there to keep me like chatting during the breaks. And now it's it's a lot harder in a different way, which is great. I much prefer this way. The Housemaid was made into a movie. It's getting very positive reviews. Interesting. I did not know that. Okay, that's awesome to know. I feel like a lot of the things I've read recently have movies as well. And like Little Women, I know that there was a big movie that came out that I do definitely want to watch. And there's a few others that I have. I've been reading a lot of books that became movies recently. I've got 4 books I'm working on now, but I think today I want to focus on finishing the Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead. That sounds great. I've read, I think 2 Colson Whiteheads, and I can't remember for the life of me what they are. They aren't like the biggest ones. That like I feel like the Nickel Boys and the Underground Railroad are like his biggest books, and it's 2 of the other ones, and I actually can't remember what the names of them are. One of them was for a prize. Was that for the national? I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look that up during the reading sprint because that's actually gonna annoy me. Oh, thank you, Amelia. Yes, please leave a like if you're here and you're having a good time. That really helps. I also have 10 paused. Colson Whitehead, totally knew what you meant. I love the pause function on Storygraph, especially when reading slumps hit. Yes. Yeah. Or when you're like, you're not DNFing a book, but you're kind of soft DNFing it. Like you just think, oh, this isn't really the time for me. And you don't want to just feel guilty the whole time about it. I do. Yeah. I'm loving the pause feature. How are you liking your advent calendar so far? Do you think it's worth the money? I am liking it. Is it worth the money? That's a really good question. Honestly, I know I'm going to use the box afterwards, probably for some advent calendar next year, advent calendar video. And I like that it's like a bookstore. So then that kind of fits a lot better. So that kind of helps me personally, but probably wouldn't help most people decide if it was worth the money. But I do think generally there's been things that I've really liked. I'm trying to look around to see if there's anything that I have like directly in front of me that's been something that I really liked. So actually the bookmark that I'm using in Little Women right now, it came one day and it was in a pack of 3 and they're little magnet bookmarks, which I love magnet bookmarks. So that was a big win for me. I've got these little notebook guys here. I got 2 of these on one day. That was also one of my favorites. So yeah, I've had some like really good ones. And then this was the one from yesterday, which I don't think was as good, which are these strawberry notes, which would be kind of cool if they were sticky notes, but they're just regular paper. There's no sticky to them. And I don't know what I would do with that. Also, it's red, which I feel like is not the best color for writing on. So like, but it does do this. And that this part kind of makes me happy. So yeah, some of the things have been really cool. Oh, I have my Christmas ornament that I got a couple days ago. Like this is really cute. So yeah, I think it's worth it for like if you factor in the fun of opening it up and everything. It is a lot of fun. I got a calligraphy pen. I've always wanted a calligraphy pen, so that was kind of neat. But yeah, I think it's a close call on whether or not it's like fully worth the money or not. It probably depends on how much the buyer likes advent calendars and likes just like the process of opening them up. I really love it personally. So for me, I do think it's worth it. But I would have a hard time saying that like across the board for anybody. And I am curious to know because the 2 last days have like a much larger boxes for them. The first one was on the International Book. Oh, the first one, but the 4th is not published in English yet. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Happy holidays. I was so happy to see the notification for spins today. Yay. I've got the last 40 pages of Anne of Green Gables on the docket. That's another one that I feel like I should read that just feels happy to be in. I assume. That's my impression of it. Hamnet will also be a movie in January. Wow. So many. Amelia, are you reading it in German? Yep. sounds like she is. I'm reading This Is Not a Pity Memoir by Abby Morgan. Hoping to finish it. Looking forward to joining TBR Spin. Yay. My stack is separated out in its shelf. Yeah, I do need to... Actually, I do have it mostly separated out, but I'm going to be reorganizing my entire bookshelf again after I go through my unhaul for the year, which I'll do. I have one more thing to film, and then that's the next thing I'm filming, which I'm very excited about. And I'm excited to reorganize because I think I'm going to land somewhere in between how my bookshelf was organized and how I recently reorganized it too. And there's like a middle ground that I'm aiming for now, because there are things that I like about this, but there are things I very much miss about my old way of organizing. I wish I could pick the oldest books in my TBR spin, but I don't know what the oldest books are. Yeah, I had to like make the conscious decision at some point to start tracking that, because there was a time when I definitely did not know what the oldest books I owned were. And when I started doing it, I basically had like, this is everything from before, X year, which I think I did 2020, because that was the first year that I started tracking what year I was buying a book and like keeping that information. And then so everything older than that was just marked as being older than 2020, as far as how long I'd had it on my bookshelf. And now I've read all those, or decided that I didn't want to read them. And so that's... I lost my train of thought mid-sentence. Did that... Hopefully that was a good wrap up. I literally forgot what I was saying while I was saying it. Anyways, can you say again what your advent calendar you have? It is... what is the name of it? The brand... I could tell you the brand name because it's on a bunch of the things that they gave me, I think. Is it on this thing? No. Hold on, I got this. Pretty sure it is. Okay, it's on my calligraphy pen here. It's by Kinda Kawaii, and it's their stationary one. So I think they have 3 advent calendars total. I know one of them is a Studio Ghibli advent calendar, which I was also very tempted by, but there was no way I was getting 2 of them because they're on the pricier side. I mean, there are definitely way pricier advent calendars out there, but it is the nicest advent calendar I've had. Usually I do a tea advent calendar, and actually I do have one this year because my mom ended up getting one for me for my birthday, which happens to be pretty close to when December starts, so it works out really well. And so I still have my tea advent calendar this year, but I wasn't going to purchase one myself for tea. And then I saw this come up, and they got me. That advertisement got me. I pride myself on not getting got on many advertisements, but that one did. But yeah, Kinda Kawaii is the company. And it's whatever their stationary one. It's the only one that looks like a bookstore, so that helps. I want to try to get the Archer and Olive advent calendar next year. Oh, I don't know what that is. What kind of advent calendar is it? It's the same with my book calendar, but for me, the joy of unwrapping all those books, even if the books are not for me, it gives me all I need from an advent calendar. Yeah, exactly. There's something about that that's just so fun. I'm new here. I'm in the last 150 pages of Will and the Many, so hopefully I finish it today. Oh my gosh, you're in for it. I'm so excited for you. I'm glad I'm not the only one who releases their train of thought mid-sentence. It's been happening a lot lately. I feel a little like scatterbrained. I feel like Little Women and Anne of Green Gables are similar cozy vibes. Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's also stationary. Ooh, I might also do that next year then too. Stationary has just been so fun. And also it's like something that you use up, so it doesn't feel like I'm adding like a bunch of just things that are going to be like lying around. Advent calendars go for like 50 to 75% off after Christmas. So if it's not perishable, you can stock for the next season theoretically. Ooh, that's a good point. I should look for that. Do I have enough self-control to not open it all year? I feel like we were talking about this in the Patreon Discord. Stationery in a package that looks like a bookshop would have got me too. Yeah, it's too good. They knew me exactly on that one. They figured me out. All right. Watch the unboxing from this year. Looks like it's worth the money. Yeah, it is a nice one. Okay. I just realized I never even opened up Flocus, what I use for our timer. So let me get that up. Oh, I'm logged out. Oh, that's right. I had to reset my Chrome. It was a whole thing. Okay. Here, why don't we start the reading sprint, and I will, while we're starting that, I'll get the timer going and get it shared on the screen. But we might have like a good 5 minutes where there's no timer up. So hopefully everybody's cool with that. Okay. They sell out quick and don't restock. Yeah, for this, for that one, for the olive, something in olive. That makes sense. I'm pretty sure this one sold out as well this year. Have you read the true story of Raha the Gullible and his mother? I have not. I don't even think I've heard of that. I'll have to look it up though. Find one you like that's only 12 days and open one a month. Oh, that sounds like so much fun, actually. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the first sprint. And while we're doing that, I'm going to get back signed into Flocus so that we can get our little timer up. And but yeah, there won't be a timer for the first little bit, but officially reading sprint time. So happy reading, everybody. Okay, how did we do? Let me pull my microphone closer. I ended up finishing Little Women, obviously. It was literally like 6 pages I had left. But yeah, glad to have finally read it. I liked part 1 immensely more than part 2, unfortunately. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. And then I got back into Mistborn. I had to reread the first chapter and the bit that I had gotten into the second chapter, but I did at least remember the prologue. So that was something. But yeah, I opened it up and I was like, I don't remember any of these names at all. And then I had to go back and remind myself. Okay, and then I think I missed a few messages before we went. Oh, the true story. It won the National Book Award for fiction. Wow, I've really not been paying attention to that. I'll have to look into it. I meant to do it actually during that, but then I entirely forgot. Sam just got it from the library. Been on hold since the National Book Award announcement. Oh yeah, maybe I should put a hold in at the library. Everybody, it's there for everybody. It's an amazing book, dark and funny. Ooh, I Love an Unnecessary Woman by Rabiq Alameddine. I think it was my book of the year when I read it. Oh, nice. Another book, Angel of History. Okay, sounds like we have a good author alert. 2 pages left, Sam. Oh, I wouldn't judge you if you wanted to just finish those. Also finished Little Women this week. Oh, no way. And like, I understand the time it was written, but also I'm glad that our attitude towards women has changed since. Yeah, same. And I feel like it wasn't as apparent in the first part of the book, which I realize now, luckily, Sarah from Your True Shelf, the channel Your True Shelf, informed me that it was originally written as one, and then 3 years later there was a sequel that came out called Good Wives, and now it's like always packaged together, or almost always packaged together, as Little Women. And I think that makes a lot of sense because it's very different. Like, it's surprising how different it is between the two. And I feel like you don't feel the womanliness as much as in the first one. And maybe that's because like they are more girls and they're not like to the point where they are in like marriages or anything like that. You know, it's still, that's like that's a future thing. And so maybe that's why you don't feel it as much. And also like the dad's like at the war or whatever. So like it's all just women. So maybe that's why. But then the second part, yeah. And I'm the same way. Like I get it and I understand it, but it still doesn't make it fun to read, or like, you know, it makes it hard to be on board with somebody to be like, yeah, I want you to be like the best wife possible, and like and make sure that your man is like always happy 100% of the time. And like if he helps a little bit with the kids, that's really cool, and you found yourself a good one. Like, it's hard to root for that for me personally. So then it just is a more difficult read in general. I've got about 40 minutes left in the Nickel Boys, so should be finishing it during the next sprint. Nice. Posted my video. It will be an interesting spin for me next year with these books. I am so excited to see your reading journey, because like of the books that I've seen you unwrap, there's so many of them that I've never heard of, and I'm so curious about it. I read half of my fantasy stories. It turned out to be about of my fantasy story, it turned out to be 130 pages, so around 65 pages. That's really good. And set up my ebook reader app on PC with the wedding people to read it in the next sprint. Nice. Perfect. Finished. Yes, Sam. Great job. I read 32 pages and am now 30% through. Awesome. I've had dinner and finished setting up my journal for the diversity book bingo. That's great. Ooh, maybe I should do that. I really want to focus this coming year on reading more diversely, because I looked through my reading from this past year, and I feel like it's still not anywhere near where need it to be. It's definitely been trending in the right direction, but I just want to do so much more. I finished my advent calendar or my advent short story for the day. I won't be able to stay for the most of the next sprint. I have to get ready to go see the Nutcracker with my best friend. Oh, I hope you enjoy it. I haven't seen the Nutcracker in so long, actually. I used to watch it a ton, but I used to have friends that were in dance. So they were like always in the Nutcracker every year. No, I haven't read anything else by him, but I definitely want to. Yeah, now I want to. Now I'm getting jealous. Loving reading Wintering on the winter solstice. Is today what the winter? Oh, it is. Oh my gosh. We did it. Now the days slowly get longer again because it is, man, that is the hardest thing to get used to. It's not winter in general. It's not the cold from Florida to here, but it is the very short days. That's much harder to get used to. Also, the cold isn't even that bad this year because so far it's been so warm here in Colorado. The high is like 70, I think 3 days this week, Fahrenheit. Apologies, I don't know what that is in Celsius, like 30, 28. That's going to be my guess. Somebody can fact check me on that. It's probably wrong. I made my 2026 TBR challenge this morning, and for the first time, it is less than 50 books. Great job. That seems, wait, in 2026, you want to read almost 50 books and like you specifically pick them? Okay, I'm very curious to know more about that. Hello. I got here a little late, but we'll be reading The Obscene Bird of Night by Jose Donoso. Great. I'm glad you were able to join us. And you only missed the first sprint. It was very interesting. I think I have to work on his backlist in 2026. I think we might all have to work on his backlist. I like that I haven't read anything by him, and I'm like fully just attaching myself to this group of people that's going to be reading his work. Read about 40 pages, halfway through now. Great. Amelia posts them on Instagram. Is your Instagram just Amelia Reads, Amelia? I think it is. It'll be a weird stack of books for sure. I don't expect many 5-star reads though. No, I'm curious to see if there are DNFs, because you're better at knowing to DNF things than I am. With Her Kid, you must have a ton of diverse books between the POC, heritage, and LGBTQ squares. I've really enjoyed those prompts. Yeah, that definitely helps a lot. But so far I haven't really focused, except for the gender fluid one was the like one book where I was like, oh, I need to like look to find what I want to read for that. And then still it wasn't really like a, in our day and age, gender fluid character. It was like sci-fi book that kind of plays with gender. But there was another book that I picked up that like, because it fit one of those prompts and stuff. But yeah, I feel like so far I haven't really changed my reading habits much to fit Her Kid. There's only been like a couple where I've been like, oh, this could be really good for this prompt that might be a little hard to get to. Actually, even Little Women, I'm doing this as the, I knew that I wanted to read this during the challenge, and so it made the most sense to read it this time of year. So because I want to use it for the adaptation square for the web series adaptation, because it was made into a web series forever ago. I want to say like 7 years ago or something, maybe even longer, but by the same people that did like a web series version of Pride and Prejudice and Emma, which I both already read, so I couldn't use that. And I watched both the things, so I couldn't use that for the square. But I never watched the web series that was based off of Little Women. So now I'm really excited to do that. I read 30 pages and have 50 pages left. Great. Very close. I danced in the Nutcracker for years. I don't go every year, but I go when I can. Yeah, I've only ever been, I think, like a soldier and a rat in the Nutcracker, but it was fun. On Instagram, I tried to post on YouTube, but couldn't change the thumbnail, which always shows the book after the unwrapping, so I had to switch to Instagram. Oh, man. I make a reading challenge and Storygraph of all the books I owned before Christmas, and then I can track getting through them through my long-term TBR, one book at a time. Oh, okay. Oh, that's very cool. I like that idea. I didn't think about let me pause this. I didn't think about using story graph for like specific books, because I know that you can do that now. You can like put exact books on there. But that's actually a really good idea, because I feel like that would also just be helpful for my 20 books to read in 2026 list that I'm going to do. But then also for like trying to read from any books that I owned before a certain time period, like making those lists would be probably very satisfying. Maybe there will be 12 DNFs. You never know. But I hope that you at least find a few winners in there. And at the very least, it's very fun to watch to watch open, and I'm excited to see like what they're actually like. Okay, let's go ahead and get into our second sprint. Happy reading, everybody. Okay, second sprint done. And we are officially joined by all three cats. We've got Klaus in the bed on my desk. Oh, and he just rolled over as I said his name. We've got Scout on the warming blanket. Hi, buddy. And we have Zuko on my lap. Although he's going to leave now because I'm talking. He always does. I swear, he like knows when the second sprint is because I feel like that's always the sprint that he joins on. And then he leaves as soon as I start talking. You already DNF'd or already read 3 and only DNF'd 1. Okay. All right. That's pretty good. That's pretty good odds. Oops. The book The Intentions of Thunder by Patricia Smith that won the National Book Award for poetry was also very good. I'm not a huge poetry reader, but I did enjoy that. Yeah, I haven't read a lot of poetry. I've read one by what was her name? Something Cisnero. I can't remember her first name though, but her poetry book was pretty good. I didn't know it was a poetry book when I said that I would take an arc of it, but it was really good, so I was glad that I did. Just finished the Nickel Boys. Wow, heavy, but so good and so important. Need to think on it a bit, but might be a 5-star. Oh, at least 4.5. It's going to linger for a long time. Yeah, I hear such good things about that. I'm glad that you liked it, but yeah, I totally know or understand the feeling that you're feeling for like after a book that hits. Oh, hi, welcome in. Glad you could join. Are you planning on adding the secret Herkiad prompts to your reading? I am not, at least not for this version. So I ended up doing a combo of version 1 and version 2, and I just picked the squares that I would do from them. So unless I happen to finish everything else early, which is possible because I did give myself 15 months instead of the 12, because I started early without realizing that version 2 was just about to be announced. So maybe then, but it's not a part of like the actual goal, at least at this point. Not reading right now, but in the middle of Piranesi. Nice. I haven't read Piranesi actually. Wish I was a cat on a warming blanket. Yeah, honestly, these cats love this blanket so much. There's often times when like all 3 of them are on it. But it's not even that cold today. Honestly, she doesn't even need that thing on, but I did turn it on because she loves it so much. 60 pages left to read. That's awesome. Finally getting into Good Spirits by BK. Is it BK Borison? Right? Isn't that her last name? For my December book of the month pick. Yeah, I've only read 2 BK Borisons, but they're both from the Love Light Farms series, not the new one. I've just started the Mustache, which is my November spin pick. Oh, great. Yeah, the Mistborn was my December pick, and then I still have another one outstanding. Technically another 2, but I'm DNFing the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I just think not for me. I loved Piranesi, one of my favorite books of the year. Yeah, people that read that like love Piranesi. I'm skeptical of it for me personally, just because it's not synopsis wise, it's not a book that I would typically go for. Literally the only reason I would pick it up is because of how many people have been talking about it. But yeah, so that's been my deterrent. Okay, yeah, Boris and not Norris. Okay, I was like, damn, I remembering correctly. And also, I couldn't quite remember if that was the name of her most recent book, but I was pretty sure. I can picture the cover in my head. The covers of the new series, those covers are really cute. I believe my last book got me the teal cover for Herkiad and completed that rainbow challenge. Oh, yay! Great job. Yeah, the teal I was really worried about, but luckily Love Forms fit it pretty well by Claire Adam, which was one of the Booker books. So yeah, I think purple is oddly what I'm going to have the hardest time with. I loved the idea of using the color purple for purple in the rainbow challenge, but that cover isn't actually very purple. So I didn't think that I could use it. It wasn't like, I couldn't confidently say it was over 50% purple, which I think that's like the deal. It has to be like majority of the color. And I don't think I have a single purple book on my TBR, at least that I know of. I mean, technically I can only see the spines from here, so I'd have to like actively look at every book. Oh, wait, I do have one now. Wait, does that, I don't know if that counts as purple. Hold on, I'm gonna grab this. Do we count this as purple? Do we think that this is purple? I feel like it is. It's a little bit pinkish. It looks even, I don't know if it looks more or less pinkish to me or you. I think it looks more pinkish to you. Just deeper, just a deeper color to you than it does to me. But I just recently got the Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love, which I'd been meaning to get forever, but every bookstore I went in only had the second book in the series, and so I hadn't gotten it yet. But yeah, I totally forgot about this. This could maybe work for purple. Reading this book, and this is one of those casually heartbreaking lit fics, and I wish I wasn't doing this to myself. Yeah. I get that. Do you already know the prompts you will use for the new spin? No spoilers, of course. I know I have a list of them. I don't know exactly which ones will be on the wheel yet because I haven't made the wheel yet. But I usually have a list that's longer than the number that would be on the wheel, because when we get one, I add a new one on there. Typically, I stopped doing that this year because I wanted to swap so bad, but that's generally the actual idea of it. But yeah, there were so many good recommendations in the comments of that video, which thank goodness, because I was struggling on my own. So I'm very happy to have put the call out. I got a lot of great suggestions. Looks pinky purple. I think that is an accurate description of somebody else's fuchsia. Yeah, that is an accurate description of what the color looks like to me. So yeah, any purple Rex, I am more than happy to get. Are you interested in The Raven Scholar? That's purple. I haven't read it, but people seem to like it. I feel like I've heard of that book, but it also sounds like a lot of the title of a lot of books. Okay. Oh no, I don't think I've seen this, but it is very purple. Blending fantasy and murder mystery. It sounds like something I could be into. I'll have to look or read further the synopsis of it, but that does seem like a very good option. Thank you. It's like a grape color, so I think it could be purple. Yeah, that's true. That's a good way to look at it. It is kind of the color of wine. Like a light wine. You can also use a different edition of the book you have read if there is one with color you need. Ooh, I didn't know that. I might have to look into that further. I'm so bad at knowing. My son is joining us. He started Percy Jackson and he's liking it. Oh, yay. Glad that he's here. And I'm glad people, like even young people, are liking reading sprints. I think it's such a great addition to the online world. I read Undue Burden for BookTube Prize, and that got me my purple cover. It's a triggering book. Ooh, okay. I'll look into it, but I'm not sure. And I also looked up, what was the book we were talking about? Something Raja the Gullible. I looked it up and I put in a hold in the library. So it'll be a while, but eventually. Googled the color purple, and there is an edition with the cover that's 50% purple. Do you have to read the edition with that color, or can you just read? Okay, it seems like I can read any edition and it works. You might be the one that I read, it does very much look like it could be 50% purple. I just wasn't as confident in it. But that being said, I do think that I used it for other ones that were tough. Well, no, I might have used it for the BIPOC square, which is not a tough one to meet. So maybe I'll use that one. The book is not purple, but the lilac people has it in the title. I actually don't know if it works title wise for that square. At least some of them do, like the Avatar challenge is because that's like the earth, air, fire, water. And you can either go, I believe, you can either go for it being on the cover or in the title or both if you want. I think you get like extra points for that if you're doing the point system, which I am. I'm just not really like, it's not in the videos. But yeah, so, and I'm doing just cover for that one. I'm not worrying about the title. But that's the only one I know of that has that as a rule, but I don't know about that for the rainbow one. I'm reading Raven Scholar right now, but I wish bullying was listed for trigger warnings. Ooh, I'm struggling to finish it because of it. Ooh, okay. That's good to know. But I'm I'm sad that now you're going through it when it maybe was something that you wouldn't have picked up or maybe wouldn't have picked up right now, knowing that. Okay, so I think this is going to be our last sprint. I didn't even say, but I'm really enjoying this one. This one's so good. I'm having a great time. I only read like 30 pages during that sprint, but great time. So I'll probably finish out this chapter, and then I think I'm going to do a little bit of planning, YouTube planning work for the last Herked video of the year. Very exciting. I Like People was amazing. I might just, look into it now. Actually, I have heard a lot of great things about the I Like People. So I might just get added to my list just because. Also, there are some purple covers in Amelia Reed's feminist book challenge on Storygraph. If I remember correctly, My Late Nights Girling. Ooh, I'll have to look at that. You can also upload your covers into one of the color analyzing tools you can find online and see what it comes up with. The results are often surprising. Oh, okay. I'm also going to do that during this reading sprint for the color purple. See what we get. Okay. Last sprint for today. Happy reading, everybody. Okay, that was the third and final reading sprint done. How did everybody do? Where are we at? Did some people get to finish? I feel like there were people that were very close. Got cats everywhere. Okay. Oh, I did do this, and I was right about my color purple cover, but then I think I saw the one that somebody else had suggested that is very purple. So I don't know yet if I'm going to use that for that prompt, because I like where the color purple is fulfilling right now. But if I read another one for where it's at in the queer rainbow, then I probably will move it into purple. I love when people are using my challenges to find some books. Yeah, actually, I went and took a peek around as well during that. Yes, absolutely. Did you see what Nadia from Storygraph is teasing this week in one of her posts as a reply to a user question? Oh, I didn't see that part of it. I saw like the first part of what you said, and then I looked on, is it on Instagram? And is it on her Instagram account or the Storygraph Instagram account? Because I am very curious. All I've seen is like it's going to be a big year on like the 2026 roadmap and all that. I did a nonfiction challenge on Storygraph this year, just in the last pages for the last book on that one. It's called The Radical Reading List, and really pushed me to branch out. Oh, I haven't looked into that one, but I definitely will. I read The 100-Year War on Palestine and a book on police reforms. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that. Here in Germany, I love doing challenges that really challenge me. Yeah, that's awesome. Dropping off. It's bedtime. Oh, bye. Feels weird to say bye when you're probably gone. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that challenge. Yes, there's 3 cats somehow. I got about 90 pages read between 2 sprints. That's awesome. Only 20 pages left. Yay. Got to page 81 in The Mustache, which I'm assuming this is a continuation of that. I should finish this evening. It's another shorty. Wow, that's great. I need to read more short books. I keep reading long books. I didn't finish my book, but I will continue reading. Purple book was so hard, right? Yeah, the Raven Scholar that was suggested, that's a good one. That's pretty purple. But yeah, I'm surprised there's not a lot of purple books out there. Like, that's not a common book cover color. I joined with 10 minutes left in the sprint. Oh, sorry. So I just set up my journaling supplies to set up my 2026 reading journal and curated a YouTube playlist to watch. Okay, nice. Love it. At least you're set up to continue on without me. Over the past 2 sprints, I read 1 chapter and then cooked and ate dinner. I might read more later depending on how long wrapping presents takes. Yeah, that... We're not like going anywhere, or we're not seeing family this year like during Christmas. I'm gonna do a little something in like February with my parents, but we're not doing anything like on Christmas. So like I have like nothing to wrap, and it feels weird. But I mean, we've been spending time with friends. We're just not doing like gifts with friends or anything. But I'm hoping to finish The Lies of Ajungo by Moses Oze Utomi, maybe today. Nice. Decided to start a horror translated from Swedish on audiobook as a mood changer from the Nickel Boys, and it's already creepy. Good idea. Is there a book is there a website where books are classified? Like just a bunch of information about different books? Is that what that means? Is that the question? I ended up reading Welcome to Night Vale and use it for adaptation and purple cover. If you still need one. It's a very weird sci-fi fantasy. Ooh, I mean, that does sound up my alley. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Thank you. Oh, it was just a story. A user asked if there's a chance to be able to upload pictures to Buddy Reads, and she replied, maybe, and voice notes, maybe. Ooh, I would love being able to do voice notes, because that is my preferred way to be in a buddy read. It is a lot easier. And it's also more fun to like hear other people while they're talking through it and everything. That sounds great. So I finished that chapter, and then I went ahead and prepped, which it was basically just figuring out where the books that I read for the second part of the Herkyet Advent calendar, figuring out where those would go in the Herkyet bingo board so that I can like film the sit down portion of that. So I did that. And then I ended up reading a little bit more of Mistborn, and I'm really liking it so far. I'm so excited to finally be reading this one. And I think it's just going to be a really fun time. Oh, like genre. I see. It's tough because I mean, even when I was going through my my reorganization video that I had, where I was like going through all my books and I was talking about like what genres they would be in. I remember somebody had said that I think Parable of the Sower wouldn't be considered sci-fi. And then I had to look because I was like, I feel like usually in a bookstore, Parable of the Sower is in the sci-fi section. And so that's just what I was going based off of. And so then I was asking myself the same question if there was a website out there. But I just used like Storygraph and looked on there because they do have the genres listed. Technically Goodreads does too, but it's like there'll be several tags, you know, it's not just one. So it'll be like, you know, sci-fi, then literary. So I kind of just go based off of what the first one is, because I think that generally is like the main genre. But yeah, that's the best that I've found anyway. So I would suggest maybe trying that out, just like on Storygraph, seeing what things are listed as. But yeah, I don't think there's anything outside of that. And then it's always, I mean, I use bookstores a lot to do it. Okay, but that is going to do it for today. Don't forget that next week, if you're doing TBR Spin, that's going to be our first sprint, our first spin and reading sprints for TBR Spin. So we're going to find out what our January book is going to be. I'll be starting my January book during that, and I can't wait. I'm so excited for another year of TBR Spin. So I hope to see you all then. But otherwise, thanks everybody for joining today. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, everyone.